I think especially with myth, there's so much room for kind of evolving narrative, and I thought it was really an interesting subject to portray through woodcut. My name's Logan Larsen, and I'm a studio art and art history major at the University of Texas at Austin. I started this series of woodcuts to kind of respond to this book I found of Edith Hamilton's mythology. When I picked up this book, I was really intrigued by the set of illustrations that were inside and how kind of amazingly specific they were. Woodcuts traditionally were kind of one of the first forms of printmaking, along with intaglio. So this whole process kind of started while I was working, just kind of playing around with the scanner on my printer. As the scan was being made, moving the book kind of haphazardly throughout the scanner until it came out. And there were these really interesting moments where text would be disformed and new meanings would kind of be created by where text was placed. And I liked how you couldn't always explain how things happened. And I thought this would be a really interesting kind of way to make an image. So that's how I started. And then I would blow the image up pretty large and glue it basically to the wood, and then cut through with a Dremel or a knife into the wood and try to get this sort of surface that you could have like a relief element to it. And it became pretty laborious eventually with the addition of text, where I was kind of tracing these very specific lines. And I like that at moments you could really be specific about what was happening there, and then there were moments where you really couldn't tell. And I think this play between legibility and illegibility is really interesting in an image. So once I'm done carving the block, I'll take it to the studio and ink it up, and then put paper on top of that and basically make an impression of this image. And anything that is on the surface level and has ink on it will show up on the paper, and you'll basically get a reverse image of the image that I created. And that is just one aspect of this whole process of making an image with printmaking. Woodcut in particular has a long history as a means to make a book, as a means of kind of mass production. I like the fact that in these works I'm relating back to kind of the Gutenberg Bible and that Gutenberg process of making books, just because I'm kind of carving these letters. Even though this text isn't movable, it's just another process in the relation of text to image and the book format. So in the next video, I'll kind of walk through the process of printing this image.